Ladies and gentlemen, last night the inevitable happened between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. LeBron James confronts his Stephen A. Smith courtside after, they defeated the New York Knicks, man. Um, Over the course of Bronny James' rookie year, man, a lot of analysts have had a lot of different takes and podcasters and YouTubers, entertainers. Everybody got something to say about Bronny James, but none of the opinions seem to ring louder than Stephen A. Smith, who just by the way inked like $100 million contract with ESPN. Salute to that. But I probably got it right the first time. They're gonna milk him for 100 years to get that money. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith has never been shy about him and LeBron not having the best relationship, and he's been very critical of LeBron James. Like many others, like Skip Bayless, and the list goes on. But Stephen A. Smith was on the record saying he didn't even watch none of Bronny games in college because he didn't want to have to, call it like it is. And he tried to, give Bronny as much leeway as possible in the NBA by saying, he had no problem with LeBron James using nepotism to get him drafted to the Lakers, because he put in the work. But he's feel like he has to do his job and call it like it is. And he has a lot of clips that went viral about Bronny James, and I think the most recent might have been what just tick LeBron off. We can't really. I mean, what's not sound audio between the two, but you're going off body language, you're going off reading his lips and things like that. It just basically seems like LeBron was telling Stephen A, keep my son name out his mouth, and he ain't got nothing to do with this ish. And I just watched First Take, and Stephen A addressed it literally like in the first few minutes, and it really wasn't much that he said that wasn't predictable. He was pretty much saying what he always say. He dresses it up with, I think LeBron is a great father and he's the second greatest of all time, all that BS. And then he went along to say how he could understand LeBron's frustration because LeBron wasn't coming to him as an NBA player, he was coming to him as a father. Now, when it come to kids, man, everybody's sensitive about their kids. So, don't nobody want to hear nobody say nothing but praises about their children. Anything negative, they're gonna be ultra sensitive. But my thing is, man, LeBron gotta understand. I know he can handle being criticized and talked about because he's been going through this since he was like 17 years old, and being the face of the NBA, carrying that weight and that crown for all these years. He's used to it. And but when you bring your son into this, man, and expect him to not only get a job, but get on the court, and this dudes that we know are better than him currently, you can't think ain't nobody gonna criticize him. And what Stephen A. Smith has said about Bronny really hasn't been out of pocket from a journalistic standpoint. Based off what Bronny's produced, it's warranted criticism. But a lot of people are afraid to say something about LeBron due to the fact that it's LeBron, and they don't want to say nothing about Bronny because that's LeBron's dad. So I understand both sides of it, man. But I also believe, man, LeBron, you can't be checking Stephen A. Smith, bro, like publicly like that when you can get at him, privately. Everybody got mutual connects, and y'all can holler at each other behind the scenes. I don't think that was a good look because although this is not the same because they didn't have kids in the league, but Allen Iverson didn't cuss Stephen A. Smith out. Kobe, God bless the dead, he didn't cuss Stephen A. Smith out. But what they both had in common was they did it behind the scenes, and there was, a phone call. So, I mean, I get it though, it's a child involved, so maybe that's, where it's like, hey man, when I see you, I see you. But what he said was brief. So obviously it's more you wanted to say, so you might as well should have just said, "Hey, meet me somewhere, and let's get it cracking." You know what I'm saying? Like Black Sam said to bruh in the video. But it's Hollywood, man. And Stephen A. Smith said something on First Take that was crazy. He was saying he didn't expect it to go viral or expect that many people to see it. And I'm just like, bro, really? It's LeBron James. You in the crypto arena, and everybody gonna be having eyes glued on LeBron James every time he's playing in the game until he is literally out of the building. Cameras is gonna be on him. So you think anybody he talked to, somebody not recording or watching? That was kind of crazy. But I know Stephen A. gonna talk about it some more on his podcast or YouTube channel. And I knew it would be addressed on First Take. It could have been some Hollywood stuff, ain't no telling, but to boost ratings. But I know this is probably what Skip Bayless been praying for his whole life, was to have an exchange like that with LeBron. But nevertheless, man, I understand both sides of the coin, with Stephen A. Smith feeling like he just doing his job being a journalist, and that's why he get paid the money he get paid, because he's not afraid to say what everyone else is saying. And I also understand, LeBron feeling like, man, just talk about me. Don't say nothing about my son, because not only is he still developing as a man, but my son almost died. You know what I'm saying? So, he playing a game of basketball that he loves. He not out here getting in trouble. He ain't out here saying nothing crazy and all that type of stuff, or waving guns in the car. He just coming out here playing basketball. But that's what comes with being the face of the league, or metaphorically speaking, being the king of the NBA and having the crown. Everybody gonna throw darts at you. Everybody gonna have something to say. That's just what come with it. Uh, I don't really know, man, who really in the wrong in this situation. Me personally, I ain't gonna say LeBron wrong for that, because I know how I feel, when somebody, messing with somebody that I love, and I don't even have a child, but like, I feel that way about my mom's. Like, I ain't never talking to a relative right now because they cuss my mama out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, on site when I see him, you know what I'm saying, I have nothing good to say. I don't know how I'll react if I see him when I see him, so I understand LeBron's frustration, man, but at the end of the day, Stephen A. hasn't really said nothing out of pocket publicly, unless it was something said, behind the scenes that, the public isn't aware of. But I don't even think Stephen A. that kind of dude, man. I just think he just kind of over exaggerates at times, but I think he a good dude. He just get a little too animated at times. But what's y'all thoughts and comments about this, man? LeBron James checking Stephen A. Smith, man. Drop a comment below. And also, if you made this far to the video, please subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. I am James Vergado, man. And once again, man, be God level, the genius is in you. God level genius.